today's video, this girl is about to reveal a story behind her career. Does she look like me? Well, that was me back in 2019. But before we start this video, make sure you give a big thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. And without further ado, let's get this video started. Hi, my name is Fatima. People know me as Ima. Well, I think I need to start from the very beginning since I haven't really introduced myself properly. This is my fourth video uploaded on YouTube after my new birthday video and saying the service challenge, which I didn't pass the 5,000. What a shame. And latest one is about a lavatory door. Now I come to an idea of telling stories about the life before marriage. Yes, I was a flight attendant. Well, not the pro one, but I really want to share about it with you guys. Actually, I did not talk much about myself publicly, especially about what I'm doing, because I didn't feel like I need to and people didn't have business about it too. But I come to a conclusion ever since I decide not to talk, not to a person, not in front of camera. I got my sanity less than 100%. You know what? I realized not having someone to talk to was frustrating. But also I realized having someone to talk to about things going through in our lives was a bad idea. Why? Well, it's hard to know who's the right one and the one who listened, understood and support you, which I mean giving the support, the action of support, not just the words. And someone who just hear you, they might give you ears to your words. They might say, oh, I'm sorry, and blah, blah, blah. But then you hear this from someone you know that they told your story to them, which is very personal. You hope that it would stop right there when you told the sad or anxious feeling, but they just pass through. It's like you're gossiping about me. Well, I talk rubbish. I wasn't supposed to say that, but I really want to leave that up. Maybe in the next video, I will reveal the person that stabbed my back. The person that stabbed my back. The person that stabbed my back. But that's not the content of our title, so let's get into the topic. Well, it's been 2 years since I was very active on social media. Ever since I got married, I did not post anything much on my account. I was focusing on being a housewife and a mother to my only son. I started my aviation journey on August 2018, and it was the time I dropped out of university. Not actually dropped out, I was stopped out and thought I could do both working and taking my degree, but until I tell you this story, it was only the thought. Then I got my training. Okay, let's just fast forward. It went very good. I got a high score. My friends thought I was smart and I got the respect from instructors, which I think I had a golden pass that time because it was very smooth until I had my first flight. This is where the nightmare began. My first flight was horrible. Not that the crew made it weird, but I did. I brought a novel and a notebook. I was thinking if I had my work done at the moment at the airplane on my section, I could just sit and read the book and read some poetry or just a hymn, and I did. Now if I think of that moment, I was such a Can you imagine when the crew that literally your senior have something to work on, whether they change the toilet paper, they arrange the cup or whatever, and you just sat there and read a book? That must be really pissed them off. Fortunately, I survived. It means they did not bully me. Yeah, I mean, it's very common in aviation thing, which I think just Indonesia's cabin crew thing. We had this kind of seniority. If you're a newbie, then never think of something good and special will come on your first week or month, even your first year of your career. Your first year will be your nightmare. I just tell you. But I survived. Maybe. Well, in my experience, since the first flight to the end of my first year, I get tons of pressure. Not that I worried about the accident. Well, I did worried about it, but not as much as I worried. No, I feared to meet the annoying one, aka your senior. One time I had this male attendant as my partner in the rear galley. I was folding a trash plastic. Yes, trash plastic. Can you imagine we did that? He asked me to do it quickly, so I folded as fast as I could, but then he said, "Astaga Ima, masa gitu aja nggak bisa?" I was like, it was only my third flight, how could I be pro folding a trash plastic? And still, I don't think that it was our responsibility to do so. I think we all know the airline must have somebody to take care of it, but flight attendant needs to. And all I could say was just, "Maaf mas." Minutes later, my senior flight attendant came to rear galley and out of nowhere she said, "Dia tadi nggak mandi loh mas." I was like, what the heck? Why would someone tell you inappropriate words like that? I was really offended. Then the male attendant said, "Ih kamu kok jorok banget sih?" Oh, that hurts my feeling. I couldn't stand for myself, so I just said, "Enggak kok." Well, reality. When you're a junior, then you do nothing. You defend, you'll be bullied the rest of the flight. The worst, you'll be reported, grounded. Because of what? Because you misbehave. Ironic, but that's the truth. The other moment, if you don't guard yourself, you'll drown. Why? Scandals between the pilot and the cabin crew. Or cabin crew to cabin crew. The guys would obviously approach. One time I had 2 days flight with this captain. Since the first time I entered the aircraft to the city we stayed on, he made move by saying flirty words, to touching my hands, and kept me quite long in the cockpit. Just to hear me say yes. What's this yes? Well, sleeping in his room at the hotel. Thank God my guard saved. Not once or twice I got this situation, but many times. It wasn't a secret anymore if you have an affair in this aviation thing. But of course, not all of them act like this. But some of them really tempted. So, you cabin crew wannabe, the first thing first, you guard yourself. Set your goal and live it. We never know what future holds, right? Then do it right. The only challenge I had while I worked as a cabin crew was the people I worked with. I met the kind one, the wise one, the cruel one, the attention seeker, the annoying, and we have to bear with all those characteristics. Sometimes the passenger will never be a problem to me. They have those characters I mentioned, but we just met on that flight, never to be seen in the next 1 or 2 months, maybe year, maybe never. But the people I work with is really the main of all. For me, good working space, good manners to each employee, show the respect and being helpful are what I needed, and the reason I would stay as long as I could. But we couldn't ask for that, so just live in it. Okay guys, so it's only a few, but if you want to know more about what events I've been on or anything about my life as a cabin crew back then, ask me on the comment below. Surely and gladly I will share anything you guys need to know. So thank you for watching and bye!